Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. Wanted to make a video about what happened the other night when I'd been watching a lot of the playlists that Guy Fawkes had suggested. It's basically people that have had these experiences. They've gone to hell or experienced some sort of demonic attack, or being able to see things that, I guess in a spiritual sense, or discern things that way. And just listening to it, there's a lot of things that I've gone through and experienced over the course of my life that just hearing some of the stories, I'm like, yep, that was the same thing happened here, or very similar to this. And there was one kid, I say kid, he's a younger guy. He was recounting an experience, I guess, he had where a demon had taken possession of someone, and it was in his presence, and he could, I guess, hear the demon in his thoughts, or he could hear the voice from the entity. But it was very similar to an experience I had when I had basically had committed my life to Christ. I believe at this time I had committed my life to Christ, and this was after my experiences with the Ouija board and all. That was one of my early videos I talked about. But a couple of friends of mine had come over to the house, and for whatever reason, I don't even know why, like they were asking me to smoke again, and I did that night. And like I said, it was like I didn't even get high. Like I did, there was no high to it. It was literally like, I'm just like, I was so confused. Like, really, they did not have any good stuff. Like this was nothing, like I remembered. However, I remember I was coming out of that back bedroom where we smoked out. It was kind of like the smoke out room, and coming out of that room, one of my friends, he's hollering at me, literally like hollering at me, welcome back to my world. And I thought it was like, it was the most annoying thing, and I thought it was just him being annoying. But as I sat down in the living room, we're all sitting around just chilling. I think we were like playing GoldenEye on N64, and I remember playing the game, and or just, I might have been watching them play. I don't even remember, but there was an explosion on the screen, and the fire, and the flames or whatever from the explosion. And these were Nintendo 64 graphics, so it's not like it's the greatest in the world. But for some reason, I had like thoughts of like hell in that instance. And I remember just sitting there, and I'm looking at these two, and they're both kind of looking at me. And so I think, like in my head, I literally think to myself, with the way they were acting, it was just really weird. Like it was like it was not them. And just thinking it in my head, I said, just give me one piece of evidence that they can hear my thoughts, or they're trying to hear my thoughts. And right after I thought that, my buddy, one of them says to me, I'm just trying to read his mind, or something like that. It was something to that effect. I got up, walked out of the room, went straight to my bedroom, locked the door, and sat in there until somebody else got there. And then they come in there and they were trying to like talk me down, I guess, off my bad trip. And I'm like, no, I'm not tripping, dude. I don't know what it is, but there is something, over them. There's something, I don't know what it is, but and just trying to explain it was just, I couldn't explain it. But hearing these stories, I'm pretty certain that was seeing in the spiritual, that was seeing a supernatural, like there was something going on there that I don't know if it was the drugs, I don't know if it was just them, where their minds were, what they allowed, but I could see it, and it could see me, and that was and I forgot about the Furby sitting on top of the TV or whatever, but the Furby was doing some weird stuff during this time too. Like I don't know what was going on with it, but if anybody remembers the Furby, it was a little like weird thing that you could teach it a language or something, like probably early stages of AI, who knows. They've been programming us for years, but yeah, that's one example. So the other night I'm sitting there with my wife, and we're talking about it, and I'm trying to relay some of these stories that I've heard people talking about, and one of the stories was this guy, I think he had got on a plane or something, and just the story is just so like crazy, but he began like seeing in the spiritual, in the was being able to discern things, could see spirits on people, that kind of stuff. So I'm sitting there, and I'm having this discussion with her, and just talking about it, and I think it, okay. It's kind of like the prayer stuff I used to do, just praying constantly, praying in the spirit, praying where I know that God can hear me, and I think it, and I think, like, Father, I would like to be able to see in the spirit. I would like to be able to see, have discernment when I'm talking to people, or be able to see things that I normally wouldn't be able to see. At the exact moment I think it, then it happens. Our front door was open. Now this is at night, and I'm already looking like straight out the door, across into the field, across the street, and this black cat literally walks from, it had been on my porch the whole time. I couldn't see it because of where I was sitting and looking at the door, but it walks out, turns, looks dead at me, stops, like it just freezes. It's looking dead at me, and I could feel like the goosebumps, coming up my spine and on my arms, and I'm looking at it, and I turn. I'm like, "Hey, do you see this? Do you see that?" And she's like, "See what?" She's not looking. She's not gonna look. So I get up and I begin walking towards it, like just with boldness, because I'm like, I don't know if this is spiritual or not. I don't know if it's like what it is, because I've always had this thing about cats. My wife has had a thing about cats. Like we don't like them. So I'm telling it to get on, shoo, and I'm walking at this thing, and it's not moving. It's just looking dead at me like, nah, I'm not going anywhere. So I finally get to the door, and I'm starting to like think it in my head, like I need to rebuke this thing or whatever. I don't know what kind of cat this is. And right as I get to the door and start thinking that, then it kind of takes off and runs out into the field and off to wherever it came from. Probably from the pits of hell. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, that's just. I mean, it's a coincidence. Yeah, could be, but a lot of times when something happens like that, it's at the exact moment I'm thinking it in prayer. I'm praying in spirit and in truth, and it just happens at those times where that thought process is there, where I'm in that mindset. I'm in that close relationship with the Most High, and and it happens. It's not like I'm making it happen, but I feel like there are things that, and I don't know if I want to see stuff like that all the time. Scott posted that video of his friend with the head coming out the wall. Like, nah, I don't want nothing like that. Like, if I can see something where I can pray over someone, that may be feeling a certain way. And I mean, that obviously, it starts in the house at home. And I do feel that's one area, I can always work on, or always need to be in prayer about. That I do need to be the husband that my wife needs. I do need to be the father that my kids need. And that's a father and a husband who's seeking after Christ, after God's own heart, and that's the most important thing. I mean, if you listen to these videos, Guy's right. If you listen to these videos 30 minutes a day, you start to gain a new perspective on things. And that's the other thing I want to talk about. I had this weird dream. I was helping this baby sloth get back to his mother, his or her mother, I don't know. But in my dream, I helped the sloth get over to the mother, and both the baby sloth and the mother are like trying to crawl up my leg. And it's one of those dreams where I start to, I guess, like physically act out. Like I'm trying to like kick them off my leg. I don't want them crawling up on me. I just wanted to help the baby sloth get back to the mama. And so I'm waking up and I'm literally kicking my leg, like, get it off me, get off me, get off me. And yeah, but it was just a vivid dream, weird dream. And after I got done with the dream, or I went and researched what does it mean to dream about a baby sloth. Well, imagine this. It actually has been interpreted to mean a change in your perspective is coming when you dream about a baby sloth. Had no idea that that's what that meant, but I do look into what people have interpreted dreams to mean, because I do believe that is biblical. That is something that I'm not talking about like going to a psychic or something or some new age thing, but to see what different dreams have been interpreted as over the years, and what they come to mean. But having a new perspective about something, or some sort of shift in your perspective is coming, is what it says. So I don't know. Take that for what it's worth, and I don't know how much it's worth, but I can tell you I had the dream, and that's what the consensus interpretation is. So I'm hoping that's the case. I hope that what is going on there? Not sure if there was a spotlight, someone with a spotlight on the side of the road. But I hope that is the case, that I do have a change of perspective, something that kind of puts my focus back, really zeroed in on who I need to be following, who I need to be seeking to serve, and seeking the discernment when interacting with other people, when dealing with these spiritual forces that are constantly coming against us. I mean, the enemy seeks to kill, steal, and destroy, and he's done so much of that around us. It's been brutal. Some of the deaths that we have seen recently in our community, and different things happening. I don't have any explanation for it, but there's been just some devastating things around our community. So just be in prayer about that. I mean, I'm not going to get into specifics, but our community has been hit hard here recently, and we do need some prayer over the families and people that have been affected by these things. So anyway, guys, just wanted to make a quick video. I don't know if it's been quick now, but kind of diving into some of the things I've been seeing and experiencing lately. And yeah, that's all I got. God bless you guys.